Getting that. There we go. And we lost that. Good. Just go there. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, December 22nd, 2015. I'm Dentrel, and we are still playing Final Fantasy XI Online. We were actually doing really good here till about a few minutes ago when this Tarutaru monk showed up and started taking all our mobs. That happens though. Didn't bother to check the zone, see that there weren't a bunch of other players already down here. But oh well, probably not gonna be here much longer. Cyndaquil is leveling up Greatsword today. We were doing club yesterday while also trying to get some merits. Not merits. Coins. That's what we were trying to do. We did get some coins. We started Aegis Stage 4, I believe. That sounds right. Now we need to actually start grinding up and getting some coins for Stage 5 because we need a lot of coins for Stage 5. And it doesn't look like this Tarutaru is going anywhere. Which is a shame because this zone isn't big enough for the both of us. We're going to be waiting on repops here. Oh, well. Let's see. Run over here. He's probably trying to either get his 20 kills of the day or see if I'll get bored and leave. I can be stubborn sometimes. Oh, we got Songarthol out this time. I don't have a camera for him, but we don't need a camera for Mr. Song. Playing him on my... Oops. Oh, I guess we don't have to worry about the Tara going after those two mobs. Yep, not going after those two. There's a... Let's take care of this one real quick there. Not getting as many skill ups as I like, but then again, we got Greatsword up pretty high when we were leveling Warrior anyways. Let's see how much more we gotta go. I don't know where Greatsword caps on Paladin. That's what I'm doing right now, is a Pally. Hoping to get some more job points as well. But we're pretty close to 400. So, got a ways to go. Guy doesn't get... See, earlier though, we had perfect, non-stop point bonus going. Oh well. Nothing lasts forever. And how much higher does Dent have to go before he gets 90? Do search area, current area. Dent is at 95, so he's getting there. We'd probably get done with another half hour, but I don't think we're gonna go that long. Not with waiting on repops. Good evening, Lenos Rep. Happy Tuesday. Can't believe it's only Tuesday. It feels like it should be later in the week for some reason. Left yet. Billy Tar. Go after this one, and if we're a little lucky, maybe the kitty cat will aggro the other. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen, does it? Make him run. Oh well. Moldy baiting. It's going okay. We're trying to get some Greatsword skills. We're not doing too great a shot at that. The mobs, they don't last nearly as long. There's a... I know I could go to that other zone outside of Urgan. Alduin, they got those dudes in the shells. I don't remember what they're called. I could wail on them for hours and hours getting skill ups. But that's just so boring for me. The more fun getting capacity points and XP chains and capacity point chains and getting skill ups that way too. But I don't know. We'd also like to get Dent up to 99 Samurai and get him working on get the turtle. I was thinking about going back into Dynamis. We still need, doing the math in my head, about 93 more silver pieces ish before we can get the next stage for our relic taken care of. We did get the attestation from Gobblefop last night. I think it only took about 6 or 7 pops. Well, maybe not that many. Maybe 5 pops. It took a while, though. I think he was starting to troll us. Just there. Dent, how much more XP do you need for 96? Let's try it again. 2 more kills ought to do it. Just enter Dynamis Boobarimo to test out something. That's fun. Was thinking, when do I want to start farming the Art Dynamis Lord? Because we're going to be needing a bunch of what do you call those? Marrows? Merles? The things that go for like 1.5 to 2 million a pop. I think that might be it. Only need 5 to get the Aegis up to 99. You need like what, 250 of them for the afterglow effect? Did Dent level, and I didn't notice it because that sometimes happens. Yeah, he's 96. Still working on my setup on farming Dynamis Lord. Dude, ideally, see, now that I've got 2 Beastmasters I could take in there. Let's just go and switch over to this one. You just need 2 crickets, and I would think, you know, even if 1 cricket wasn't enough to get the AoE done, the second one ought to do it, and then actually I could probably take Cyndaquil in on hers, and you'll be able to definitely get the 3rd one. 255 for both trials. And if they average 2 million each, wow, I mean, that's a lot of money. Alright, let's run to a safe spot, hit our warp rings, and go someplace else. Because I don't like fighting this tarutaru. Maybe he'll get him. He's only got like 3 trust NPCs up. And then again, I've only got 3 trust NPCs up too. Be doing more damage if we were on some DPS jobs, but oh well. Let's go equipment here. Warp ring there. Do the same thing on Dent. He probably already has his warp. Doesn't. Oh. That's a step up for Dent. And then Song's got his warp, so let's go ahead and get him out of here. Item. Warp ring. Go ahead and get you to drop party. Can't take. We need to get. That's something we could do. We might be able to get Song a Dynamis Sandoria clear. He hasn't done any of the Rhapsodies of Vanadil yet, so yeah, it's like a recurring theme. That's something I need to get done on him as well. I have to switch to Thief. We're gonna get a clear. I'll switch Dent over to Beastmaster. 2 Beastmasters, level 99. Should be all we need. What? Okay. Dependency says hi. Yeah. You hop in my lap, or are you gonna stay down there and just keep talking? And I really need to move Cyndaquil's home point back closer to a Mog House. It's okay. Well, no, if we're going for a win, let's do Pandoria. Actually, no. Let's do Port by the Mog House and the entrance. Yes, please. I did eat one of the candy canes that we found in the stocking that we got for our Christmas item. Apparently it's a long-lasting food. I don't know what the stat bonuses are. If I had a level 1 job, I'd switch to it and see if it showed me, but since it's candy, I would have to guess it's some type of mage-related thingy, like more MP, beer. Doesn't look like we get a bonus refresh from it or anything like that, but you never know. Dent, can get you to switch jobs to pretty please. Let's go ahead and get some merits taken care of here. Mug House. Let's do change jobs. No, stay on this job. Status. Merit point. We have an. Ooh, we're like 1 point short from getting another merit. Dang it. We should have stayed in there for just a little bit longer. Oh well. You can never have too much MP. Except when you have too much MP. Remember back at level 75 days, it used to be a big thing if you weren't tarutaru and you could actually get your magic points over 1,000 without, on White Mage that is, without subbing Summoner. I never got that high. I was always happy if I had over 100 MP and we were in the dunes. That's good. And let's make some space. Change jobs. No. I keep wanting to change my jobs. Send. And let's send these out to Dark. CHNEIDER. Food effects, 4 hours, all races. Intelligence +4, mind +4. Recovered while healing +2. 4 hours. Not bad for a candy cane. I don't think it's going to help us too much on a Allie, but it'll make our cures better. Alright, so how much space does Cyndaquil have? We gotta sell some stuff. Port Sandy ought to work. 77 out of 80 slots available. She was already capped out in space. Dent. Beastmaster, please. Change. Port job. Well, I could get him on Ninja. No. Beastmaster. Alright. I'll run down here. We got our favorite NPC lady. I don't think I changed Dent's job right. Doesn't look like it, does it? Maybe I did a support job. It's me multitasking. Don't do it well. This is the whole reason why I discontinued my 2 accounts one time, because, you know, it was so much faster for me not to multitask. Alright, I'm gonna sell you Black Pudding because 1k is not bad. I'm gonna keep the Claymore. We'll be using that eventually. Copper ores, don't need. 10 ores, don't need. Really, the bat wings we probably don't need as well, but really just don't have that much free space. Alright, we're gonna drop that. And then we're gonna drop these. And then we're gonna drop all those key items. We don't need them. Alright. Goodbye, Nightmare Bud. And Nightmare Log. And Odious Root. Odious Spell. This will free up like half a dozen slots right here. Alright, how we doing now? 66 out of 80. It's these Bonanza marbles. I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna toss the formal abjuration. We'll just have to farm it some other day. And platinum ores I'm saving, all this gear I'm saving, and roast turkeys, I think I can drop those. So what do you think? Earth crystals, we're saving, sticking on the auction house, sell them to an NPC for 15 gil a pop. I usually like, I mean, it's really the only thing I use the auction house for anymore is picking up crystals, selling crystals, making that available. Not that it's really that big of a thing. Alright, we're gonna hop into Southern Sandoria. I don't even know if Song's available for it. Have you defeated the Shadow Lord, Mr. Songarthal? I think you have. Profile? Nope. Probably not. He's only rank 3. Party disband. We'll play with you again some other day, so sorry. Gonna go straight to there, not even think about him anymore. Dent. Party. We're gonna do change job. And then Log house. Your nose out of my drink. Thank you. Dancer. We were going to be staying in Gustav Tunnel for a lot longer. At least until we got Dent 99 or I capped out on merit points on Well, whichever came first. Probably Dent. Getting him the 90. But then that monk showed up. Started rubbing me the wrong way. So we can get skill ups elsewhere. Alright. So let's go check Valkrum, since that's my favorite place in the whole wide world. Search area. Dynamis is what we're looking for. Valkrum. Nobody there. Works for me. Nope, nope, nope. Dang it, I hit the wrong button. Now it's like, do you want to change music? And I'm like, I just want to exit. Like, you can't exit. Yeah, select that button to exit. Alright, let's go Northern Sandy. Student. Select an area to exit. Northern? Changes macro. Eventually. He takes so long to get out of the mog houses sometimes. I say sometimes, it pretty much does it all the time. There. Nope. Although, that works. And now, question is, do we run clear across the zone, or do we use Mr. Jean Bugod? Let's use Mr. Jean Bugod. I think both these characters have the Zulkim region outpost. 10 conquest points. Got it. Alright. You too, Cindy. Zulkim. The Dunes, that was always one of those conquest areas that would be fought over between Bastuk and Sandoria. Windurst rarely was able to get it. I mean, they did get it from time to time, but it was a rarity. When it did happen, it would always be one of those things that I'd always double check all my mules to make sure that if they didn't already have the outpost work to get it, because it made using solar, that's not working. Just made the run over here so much more easy. You didn't have to actually take the ferry, hide on the ferry, and pray that the sea horror didn't show up and start killing players. Or pirates. I remember one time a player aggroed the sea horror and brought the sea horror below decks. I don't know if they did that on purpose. I get a call on my cell phone and see the caller ID. One guy I always answer, IT, have you tried turning it off and on again? They don't do that anymore, do they? I don't think you're supposed to turn it off and turn it back on. We are going with sub-jobs unlocked. I hope I really sub the dancer on him. Find out. Oh, macros. Here, get it. Xbox froze. There we go. Alright, let's get your kitty cat out. I'm gonna do a follow. Try that again. Follow. Spectral jig. Which trust NPCs do I want? We really don't need a healer, because I can heal quite effectively. We might need a refresher, though. Decisions. I'm gonna bring Koopa Free out. It's a quote from the British TV show called The IT Crowd. I've heard of it. I've seen the DVDs at Barnes & Noble, because I, for some reason, always flip through the BBC stuff. There is one series I'm perpetually on the lookout for. I don't think they ever released DVDs here in the US, though. Ashes to Ashes was the name of it. It was a sequel to, kind of a sequel TV show to, Shoot. Something about Mars. Dang it. Where a dude, goes back in time. This is the first one. Maybe it was like Life on Mars or something. And, Kiki. And he wakes up and he's a police officer, and he's back in the 60s, or no, he was back in the 70s. Anyway, the guy calls me on the office line at work. It's about work issue. He calls me on my cell phone. It's computer electronics issue. You know, geeks, they love talking about computers. Not when we're farming Dynamis. Who did I forget? We got Koopa Freed, I got Korumoru, I got Cherokiki. We got heals taken care of. So let's just let's get Koltada. Maximize our XP and capacity points and stuffs. Alright, Spectral Jig. That's following, looks good. Anyway, they played Ashes to Ashes, which was like a same things, mostly different actors, and this time it was set in the 80s. Just so much cooler than the 70s. But I've got a region-free DVD player. It's just a regular DVD player, not Blu-ray. So I can get the Region 2 stuff from the UK and watch it here over and over and over again. It's just I would rather get the American release stuff and support that kind of thing, but oh well. Also the same guy that imported my Shenmue 2 disc so I could play it on the Dreamcast. Alright, War Chief Tombstone. Going for kills and skill ups. Not that I don't think this guy's gonna give us any skill. And Spectral Jig. Spectral Jig. Alright, we got 10 minutes there. And we don't have Treasure Hunter, so we're not going to be getting nearly as many coins as we normally get. And hopefully we won't be getting nearly as many item or gear drops either, because we don't need any more gear from this zone. It's all coins. Bought an anime that is on Region B Blu-ray, because the Region Blu-ray cost about $100 more. This, when I first got DVD player, what was that? Back in 2000? Maybe it was 99? It was before the PlayStation 2, I remember that. And we didn't know about region lockouts. So I had a friend that was visiting Japan, and I was like, ooh, pick up the Utna movie. And to our dismay, it wouldn't play it. Not that it had subtitles or anything like that, but the box art was really pretty. Yeah. Got a little bit wiser that day. Spectral Jig, Spectral Jig. Didn't have to run clear across the zone for the goblin statue this time. Happy day. Notorious monster. He never gives 100 coin, even with Treasure Hunter. Watch him do it this time. I don't even know what time it is. 22:57. It might proc. Yeah, it's that time of day where it could proc. If, maybe. Probably not. Tada's gonna kill it, isn't he? Probably is. Here's a Leaf Storm. Couldn't have stunned that, could we? No. Not that it did that much damage, but... oh well. Virtual Jig. Good luck, Black Mage. Really? Treasure. Yep. Sorcerer Hat -1. I think even Dent has that one. I'm pretty sure he does. Let's see here. I am looking for the Avatar Idol, I think is what it's called. That's Manifest Icon. Over there. There it is. Next to this Manifest Icon, it's probably going to link. It was I remember my Windows XP machine, which we picked up in probably like 2001, 2002-ish. It might have been 2001. It was also a long time ago. It had the thing on there where it could change its region only a certain amount of times. A girl who leapt through time. Wow. Currently Amazon has one copy of the region A1 used for $964. I remember that one. That was a really good one. I can't believe that it goes for $1,000. But, you know, it's economics. Price it the most that somebody's willing to pay. Light scan. I'm looking for this dude. Clear crossing to the side of the beach. That's the Blu-ray. It's the DVD that is region free is over $106. And this isn't like limited run collector's edition. This is just something that I'm guessing they don't make anymore. Please don't aggro all the flies on the beach. I mean, you can aggro all the flies on the beach. They're not gonna. They'll just give me a headache at most. That's all our 10-minute ones. Jig. Spectral Jig. I don't remember the last anime DVD that I bought. Like, because of Crunchyroll. I really don't feel the need for physical copies anymore. I don't remember the last DVD that I bought. It's probably still in its shrink wrap. Birdman. Yeah. Haven't seen it. Want to watch it. I think I took it down with me last time I visited my mom in Austin, and she was like, I want to watch it. I'm looking at my DVD collection above the computer right now. A lot of it's still on its shrink wrap. I like sales. What can I say? Collect anime movies. Wouldn't mind that. I think the missus wanted to get all the Studio Ghibli, I think that's how you say it, stuff like Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service. Just you know how Disney can be, though. Alright, let's go up this way and see if we can find ourselves a goblin statue. Usually down towards the bottom. I don't see it. Vanguard Avatar, Pit Fighter. No worries. Search again. It's probably going to be the one with the Quaidovs. About as far away as one can get. Tombstone, Manifest Icon is not what we're looking for. The reason why they cost so much is because Bandai Entertainment is no more. They're considered collection. Yeah. It's... If only we knew then that stuff like Suncoast would no longer be a thing and we might actually have trouble finding stuff now. I mean, you could probably get it illegally. I'll just call it that and do the, uh-oh. You're losing sneaking and biz? Shoot. We might have to fight our way out of this dent. Here, let's hide by this tree. Not wait the 15 seconds for it to wear off. That. Like that. Like that. If you haven't watched it, the movie is incredible. I don't think I have seen it. I mean, I've heard about it. I've seen nothing but good stuff. One that I really want to add to my collection is 5 centimeters per second. I think that's the English translation. That's an effigy? Yep. Not what you're looking for. That one, I mean, the animation, it's just beautiful, even if you're not into the very slow pacing silly romance that it is. And I wouldn't even call it silly. It's a little... It gets the chords, I'll say that. Your Adamant King image, you were as far away as possible as could be, weren't you? Assist. Alright, we're gonna have to take out this vigilante next. Get aggro. Are the flies, the IT flies, over here? I think they might be. Map, wide scan, let's see if they show up. Yeah, they're over here. Not a lot of them, are there? No worries. Alright, so we need to run to the beach. Okay, Dan. Spectral jig. Oh, hit the wrong button again. And this way. Map. No. I need a map for this. Let's do search area. Current area. Oh. Alright, we got Fizzywig. Chances are Fizzywig is fighting Fungars, even though he wasn't here a moment ago. Let's see. I don't think we're going to get nearly as many coins going. We just really want skill ups, capacity points, with some coins. But we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go too well, then we'll try a different area. Like, we could probably get some skill ups against Dynamis Lord. That would be neat. Alright, Mr. Fungar, I choose you. Stabby McStab. Quick way to make sure you proc use 2 Dancer Trust. I could definitely get by with that. Oh! And I didn't even think about this till just now. I could use a Thief Trust. It won't be awesome Treasure Hunter, but yeah. Here. Let's just And I'm really not worried about getting procs. I mean, Got procs taken care of, but let's definitely get Nana Migo out. Of course, I'm going to start doing this, and we're going to get attacked on the side. Alright, that looks fine. Just get one refresher out. That should be all we need. Any emergency heals. I'm looking for Mayakov. I just want to see how well that goes. And then finally, you like Lilithset or you like Lilithset 2? Let's do Lilithset 1. She's the harder one to find. Alright. Don't even need a flash, I'm just gonna run up and smack them. Like that. Use Lilithset 1. Alright. Like minds think alike. Probabilities spam. Spam. One bind bill. Alright, Nana. Do your thing. Kill. Thank you, Miss Kitty. 3 bind bills, that's not too bad. Bam. Bam. Oh. Pull the crowd. Kitty, don't kill them all. Hey, we got a great sword skill up. Yay. Forgotten touch. Not so bad, actually. This guy probably won't live long enough. Of course, as soon as I said it's not so bad, we only get 1 coin off that next drop. That's just the way it goes. And go and get this one. Hey, an assassin's bonnet. Used to never drop. Oh well, since I go in as Thief, I pull up Mayakov, Lilithset, Cherokiki, Boru, and Shentoto 2. That's a lot. I'd be worried they would kill the mob before you got a chance to proc it, but with how quickly these guys are getting procced, that's, I guess, not an issue. Guess I'll go after this one since computer thinks this one's closer. Alright. Oh, never mind, staggered the fiend. And then kill. Kill again. Fortunately, bind bills are the lowest selling ones on the Quetzalcoatl auction house right now. I think the last 100 note sold for like 300k. Not that the white shell ones are going for much higher. They were like 350 to 400k, but they were also all sold out, so it means there's somebody buying them. The orange notes, the bronze pieces that going for a lot of money. Of course, those are the ones that I need to buy. Those were selling for like 550, or for the silver pieces. Another skill up. More notes. Normally I like to try and pull the Fungars away from the Agudo, but I don't think we're gonna have a problem. He's standing on top of the Fungar. Of course he is. So weird. Mayakov. I guess that's why we love him. Actually, I think I should just get Cyndaquil assisting Dent, using his controller more than I'm using hers. Spam again. Turn around, get on this side. Comes a Queasy Shroom. This one's not gonna proc, is it? Oh, that one procced. A little late. Dead. Alright, do we got any repops over here? We do. Sentinel is Ranger, I think. Let's find out how well I can... Oh, never mind. I guess we're not going to be eating an Eagle Eye shot. Poor little guy. Never stood a chance. Yay, white shells. Bam. Assist. Kitty, you in the way. Oh, never mind. We aggroed what looks like this must be the Ranger. I think the other one might have been the Thief-ish. Alright, let's go kill this one now. Got another Assassin's Bonnet. Of course, they changed the drop rates in here. It used to be certain mobs had better chances of dropping certain pieces of gear or equipment. Let's just call it equipment. Which was the whole reason why I was fighting the mobs that I do. And now they've changed it so that all mobs have an equal shot of dropping all gear in the zone, so you can say it makes it easier. I don't know. Makes it less confusing, I suppose. I'm going to get you, little Fungar. I wonder if a Sleep Shroom tastes good. Probably doesn't. Hey, a Valor Cape. Come on. Hold still. Aren't they supposed to sound aggro? Too many kitties on the screen. We might need to get... Nah. Let's say we might need to get rid of Nana. I think we'll keep her. This, that. Have that. Keep it going. No. Oh, Koromoru. What the hell are you doing? He must have used Convert. Okay, we got a healing fill up. Something. Oh, there's that other dude. I knew he was going to be coming to this camp. He's probably not going to leave it either. He's all like, hey, there's somebody already here. I'm just going to move on in. Asshats. Oh, look at that. I guess he's going to try and pull as many of them as possible so that get the proc move on. Yeah, why not? Not gonna be that many, dude. Yeah. Come on. Welcome. Got better things to do tonight. Waste time on him. He'll probably go after the whatchamacallits at 8 o'clock anyways, so we'll just pick different mobs. So let's... I'm sure he's going to go after the trees, since they're so close. But we can go after... what else drops white bills during that time? I think it was the Gobus. I'll give that a try. Here, search area. Does he even have a search comment on? That's the thing. Server's so small. You gotta treat everyone like family. What time? It is 7:30. We're gonna be hitting the hectares a little early. That's healer, trooper. See if I can maybe pull one of these orcs. Tombstone. Hater, Gut Slasher, Vexer. Really? You'd think there'd be like a monk or something. There we go, there's a pit fighter. And you better run straight up the cliff like you're supposed to, and not like take the long way and aggro your buddies. Availability spam. Hello, Big Tom. Good evening. Oh, I'm just trying to anticipate what the tarutaru was going to be going. He looks like he's the type that, really? I'm going to use perfect dodge. Oh well, he's using perfect dodge. Words. Likes to aggro a bunch of mobs, get a little bit of damage on there so that I can't take them, and then he'll proc them and take his leisure to AoE them all down. It's nothing wrong, that's one of the ways to do it, but... Come on. Probability spam, and... Then we didn't get a single coin off of them, because... the way it goes. Alright. Cactar time. Or Sabotender time. At least I think it is. Here's our proc. Here's our kill. Yeah, a couple bronze pieces. Trying not to count how many thousand more that I need. A lot. Like 9,300-ish. Let's not count the coins, let's just count the greatsword skill ups. Yep. Paladin with a greatsword. Yeah, I know. It's we're going for skill ups. And yeah. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. As long as I hold hate off the kitty, I think I'm still doing my job right. You know. Once we get it kept up, we'll switch back to club with a shield and see if we can get some more skill ups. I know, was it Rune Fencer? That would probably be the best one to get skill ups with, but that's good. And we're gonna go. It's okay. I mean, the weapon is just the Sparks weapon. It's nothing to write home about. It's got a bunch of extra great sword skill up on it so that I don't miss. What is it? Great sword skill plus 215. We're almost there. I think we're pretty close to 400 on great sword. Yeah, 396. So. I don't know. Maybe another 20 and 15 minutes. Rune and Dark Knight. Yep. Dark Knight would be pretty awesome if I didn't have it at 75. Alright, let's go and get this one here. Then just get a limit point. Merit point. Thought that one staggered for a sec, but nope, now it did. Killing it again. One more time. Two more times, actually. We got a double full here. So if I remember correctly, 4,000 needles, that's not gonna... All my defense damage, or yeah, my damage down bonuses, that won't have any effect whatsoever on it, would it? Gotta reswitch Twitch, be right back. Okay. But Rune actually has Great Sword at A+, whereas Dark has it at A-. I didn't even check on Paladin. It probably only has it at, like, what would it be? A B- would be my guess. I mean, I'll cap it out on Paladin, switch back to Warrior, and it's like, nope, you still got more to do. Wow, did I just pull 4? I did. B's not too bad. 4,000 needles will do almost nothing to you. Not with all these guys out. That. Kill that. If we can actually get these mobs to do a 4,000 needles, that doesn't look like that's going to happen. I'm going to need to cast a cure on myself here. I'll just go and do this now. Shouldn't get interrupted. Right. Kill. Welcome back, Big. You didn't miss much. I think I pulled 4 cactars at the same time. That's the kind of player I am. Kill. Thank you, Miss Kitty. I love it when they pull themselves. Only he had shown up just a little bit sooner, though. Goodness. Kill it again. So what's on today's agenda? Great sword skill ups. That's all we really got focused on. We were gonna try and get Dentrel's Samurai up to 99, but the zone that we were leveling up in, another tarutaru showed up and started killing all our mobs. Amateur. I pulled out 6 and propped them as I'm going. I could do that. I'd be worried that the kitty would AoE them all down before I was ready. Go again. All the way over here. For some reason, Cynical can't run in a straight line. Would Koromoru keep me up if I pulled too many? Using Beast. And kill. And now dead-ish. More procs. More stabs. I almost thought about bringing Dent's Samurai in here. It's at 96 now. But I was still worried that below 99 it wouldn't be able to, what I'm looking for, hit the mobs. And it would just slow everything down, really. Definitely would not be killing these dudes as quickly as we were. Are. Hello. Here, around. Yeah, I was actually quite impressed with how well Beastmaster simply using jug pets is at 99, given all the stuff I've done is not considered endgame. Farming, really, but there were a couple BC&Ms in the add-on scenarios that I think if I had just tried to they don't let you use trust in them yet. I say yet, like they're going to change it someday. But I was able to bring Dentrel Beastmaster in, and that made it a world of difference. Tempted to get what's the word I'm looking for? Puppet Master, level up on one of these tunes next. Just not sure which one. I was like a level on all three, really. That would be fun. A triple Puppet Master leveling up thingy. Get one pup as a tank, one as a healer, another as let's do the range attack one. Then you got your 3 melee dudes, and then that'll save enough spot for you could use the 2 Puppet Master Trust NPCs too. So that might be cool. Really should move to your server. Never really played it. Well, I never got into it myself. The only thing that caught my eye, and this was back during 75 days, the gear that what was it that dropped in salvage? It was like the best in slot monk boots. I don't remember the name of it. I apologize. But it was a monk, ninja, samurai, those 3 jobs. And then they added Puppet Master could also equip it. And I was all like, I never really thought of Puppet Master as one of the Far East varieties. But it was like, well, when you get those boots, then, you know, you can take a break on leveling Monk and suppose level Puppet Master, because that also uses hand-to-hand. That staggered rather quickly. Yeah, we got Dent another job point. Assist, please. I zoomed over to Dentrel's camera, and of course it was zoomed in on Mayakov's posterior, because why not? Always zoomed in on his posterior, it seems. Let's see if the kitty's gonna kill the right one. Nope. He went after the wrong one. Well done, kitty. Couldn't do it without you. Alright, let's try the kill command again. Oh, here comes 2,000 needles. Oromoru is still alive. How? I don't know. Why you always roll with Mithra? Yeah. I don't think they have the same racial bonuses that they did back in the good old days, I say. It used to be a thing. Nope, didn't see it. Like Mithra would have so much more dexterity just based upon the racial bonus than nothing else, that it would almost count to, like, you know, +5 crit or just another 10 dexterity just for being Mithra. This was on Monk, mind you. And since I always enjoyed beating stuff up in the face, you know, more dexterity always seemed handy. That was part of the reason why I picked Mithra for my Xbox account. I didn't know that she would go on to replace Dent as my main, but I don't know. Dent might take center stage back when he gets some more jobs at 99. I was thinking, slowly gearing up White Mage on him as a possible endgame kind of job. That way I could have a pocket tank, pocket healer whenever something is needed. But again, that wouldn't be anything that I would pursue full time. It would just be so boring leveling White Mage and getting all the job points and merit points and those things. But, you know, it'd be done. I would rather do Monk on him, but I just don't know. White Mage is tough to play well. Yeah. They were talking about it in one of the Link shows earlier. Apparently, every time that most players nowadays get, you know, looking for a White Mage, and like, oh, I can White Mage, and they show up in melee gear expecting to DPS, and then they don't understand why the party leader is yelling at them to get in the back and just do cures and heals and buffs and debuffs and all that stuff. Gotta be real good. Oh, yeah. Well, I think a lot of it's also players have gotten used to instantaneous responses from the trust NPCs. And that was something that I noticed when I was playing Final Fantasy XII, was that the Gambit system was so much better at healing than real players were. They were always slow on basically realizing, oh, so-and-so's dying. Sorry. And I guess that's just also the nature of the jobs. Players just don't know when someone's getting ready to bleed out. I never really paid too much attention to the hit point bars whenever I was tanking or DPSing. I was like, if I was tanking, just make sure the mob's facing me. If it is, I'm doing my job right. If I'm DPSing, I'm making sure that the mob is not facing me. And then I'm doing my job right. Then if I was healing, then yeah, you gotta pay attention to the HP bars and hope that you're out of range for the Mandy AoE. It's people not knowing how to play White Mage because healing while soloing with Trust doesn't really happen. You can just call a White Mage Trust and just melee for the same amount of point. Yeah, I believe that. That's how I leveled my White Mage to 75. Just like my Monk. Stabbity stab stab. We got about another hour before we have to change camps again. See how many players are here. Buzzywig's still here. No problem there. I guess we're still getting enough coins to make this honest work. I haven't really been paying attention to the skill ups though. Did we cap out by chance? We're still at 396. We probably haven't even gotten a single skill up since the last time that I checked. It doesn't help that they are dying rather quickly. Cool. We get another swing in here. I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh well. Another mixed stab. Then this. Ooh! Fine. probably be one of those things. If I do get a mediocre tank build and then a mediocre white mage build, I guess I'd be worried that they would be wanting both. Like, can you bring your healer and your tank? And I'm like, you want me tanking and healing and somehow doing a good job? Sure. How many 100 pieces you need for the next stage? I think I only have 7. After I traded in 20 pieces last night. Let's see, view house, mug set. Means I would need 93-ish more. Nope. We got 9, so we need 91 more for the final stage. Yeah, we traded in the attestation last night. And it's going to be, I guess, Thursday when we get the shield back. That what's that called? Ancile, A-N-C-I-L-E, I think is the stage 4 shield. And then it's just getting the oh no, not 4,000 needles. All right, at least we'll be able to get a piece there. Now let's get a cure on me. I gotta wait a few more seconds. Oh. Yeah, we got, we had to farm Gabu Fop last night for, I think it was like 5 or 6 kills before he finally dropped the attestation that we needed. He actually dropped all the attestations that we don't need. I think I saved them too. Let's see. Yeah, there's the one for the Great Axe, the Great Sword, and Excalibur. We went ahead and traded in the one for the shield. So, happy days there. And now we're just simply waiting. I think it was like 3.5 days you have to wait for to get stage 4 back. So, it's getting there. I mean, really, until we get stage 5, you know, I don't... Stage 5 is going to be a hard one. 50 more to get my hand-to-hand. It's not that it's a race. We could make it one. Let's not do that. That one there. Because if it was, I'm sure you would beat me. Because you can do those 16-hour Dynamis marathons that I can't do. And you got many trials to get it to the right level. Yeah, I was looking at the trials. It doesn't seem too difficult for Shield. It's like, kill the boss in Sandoria 3 times, kill the boss in Bestok 3 times, kill Gabu Fop 5 times. I killed him 5 times last night. Oh, no wonder why we're not getting any more coins. Time to move to the other thing. Really, the only thing that I'm worried about is, do I go for Afterglow? And the completionist in me says, yes. If you're gonna do it right. Get the Afterglow. And then, you know, it's like, they look at my gear and it's like, oh my god, it's so gimpy. While at the same time, it's like, he's got Afterglow? Well, you know what he's been doing for the past 10 years. If it was going to be a race, I know what I'm doing this weekend. All weekend. No, it's a holiday weekend. We're supposed to be spending it with family, but I have Mandal's Fairy 119 Relic on... Wow. Impressive. I have a Peacock Charm that I bought in the auction house. And that's probably my most pimp piece of gear on all my tunes. Oh, and cross counters. But I don't get to wear those anymore. Let's do another Cure 4 and this. Stabity mix stab. Stab. No, we'll just kill you. To get the augments they're releasing after, I think February or April, you need the Afterglow for the cheaper way, right? But you don't need Afterglow. You can still do it a more expensive way. They just haven't, I don't think they've announced yet what the more expensive method is. Yeah, I mentioned it last week. We just don't know what the items that we're going to be needing are. And hopefully it's going to be something simple, like, say, merits. Merit points would be so neat if you could just use that to actually upgrade your weapon to the next stage, but probably not going to happen. Can you imagine, though, for O-Chain, taking that to Afterglow? Oh my god, that would just be stupid amount of money that you would be needing. And I don't think we procced that last one. Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna go here. Bet it's Escha related. Probably. Or if not even Escha, at least Ryzen Jima. It would make the most sense. Alright, let's get the one all the way over here. Don't really spam it. Spam it be something like 10,000 job points using level 119 relic. There were players that would get it too. I'm gonna do nothing non-stop until they got their 10,000th job point. I mean, what's the cap at right now? 2,100? Or something like that? Or is that the old cap? Wouldn't surprise me if it's even higher than that now. I get the one on the left and then we'll just work our way west. Ooh, more over here. A lot more over here. 2,100 per job. I was glancing at a thief earlier today, and apparently I had like 7 job points I hadn't spent on thief yet, all from farming Dynamis. I was like, wow. Not too bad. It would be a trial that you trade in the job. Oh. Oh, that would be so mean. But, yeah. This is not that terrible. I mean, what do you do when you actually cap your job points? I mean, do you just keep collecting them afterwards without anything to spend them on? I don't think there's anything that you can trade them in for, at least not yet. I know increasing the amount of merit points that you could get, that was definitely a step in the right direction. Even players like me, slow player when it comes to getting experience points, even I could cap out on merit points in better part of an hour with a little bit of work. Yep. Kind of nice compared to what they're requiring for aoe'd weapons. Yeah, it's, well, what's aoe'd requiring? What was it, 100 merit points or something? I think that's just maybe the starter quest. And something else. I haven't looked into it yet because I figure let's get the relics taken care of first. And then maybe... That is just such a perfect screenshot for Gobu. I almost just want to turn around and, you know... Oh well, maybe next time. Spam. I don't even think we need both these dancer chests. Doesn't seem like they're getting what we require You know, I've taken care of that all on my own. Wouldn't mind Nana getting some more hits in to possibly get some more treasure hunter, but oh well. We're getting coins. That's all we wanted. I knew there was another cold front supposed to blow in tonight, and we got the tree hitting the side of the building. At first you don't succeed, hit the attack button 6 times in a row. You have to trade in 100 merits and about 50,000 escabeads per weapon. And escabeads is different from silt, if I remember correctly. It probably only drops off like notorious monsters and that kind of thing. Running this way. Thinking behind you. Oh, never mind. No sneaky. And kill every notorious monster in each zone. Is that all? Ooh. Instant proc. Of course, there's not going to be any treasure hunter on this one. What do we got? 2 coins? 2 coins, that's not so bad. Not great. The amount of time it took to kill it, though. Alright, get on this side so I can echo or get ready for this. And you don't get them from every fight. It's in bead bags that you don't get too many from. Oh, so 50,000 of that would take some time. A lot longer than 100 merits would take. You can't brew the notorious monsters. I guess that's the way it should be. That's I never hung around Abysia long enough for to see when brews came around. I do know about them. It just seems, I don't know. They took the game, they made it easier, and then they added brews and made it even more easier. That being said, I don't even know if the mobs that you needed the brews for were even of a level that you could actually defeat them without brewing, but I haven't tried it. So I can't. I shouldn't complain. You can, but they won't count. Oh, okay. So they do have something. Really spam. Oh. Kill. Yeah. There we go, Miss Kitty. I know there was a blue mage spell that players were farming. I think it dropped off the final boss from Word. Can't remember it right now. Abysia. I don't remember what it was. It was like some really powerful buff. And they were waiting for, they were a nightmare without brew. Mighty Guard. That sounds right. And I don't know if it's something that you actually, a spell you want to cast, or if it's just something that you want to have a spell equipped for all the bonuses. Running without brew was almost impossible, so they did make it that difficult for a reason. Okay. That's good to know. Used to be. Now you could probably go in on Dentrel's. Oh, really? We got paralyzed? Oh, we're not paralyzed anymore. Alright, 1,002, 1,003, 1,000. Let's unparalyze the dent. Neat. Alright. Continue on. How are we doing on time? We got about 2.5 more game hours. Dentrel got another duelist chapeau. He got one last night. We had to toss it because he already had one in storage. Ah, fun times. Lil Hasset is paralyzed. So sad. At least we're getting capacity points. Even now, it's still a bit challenging soloing. Good to see that. It's what everyone was complaining of was they would be basically fighting the mob just to get Mighty Guard, waiting for him to use Mighty Guard, and then they would quickly use the brew, get the kill, and we lost a white shell. Not a spade. You are. Alright, Earth Cluster. You have to go. And I need to move some other stuff. Let's see, view house. What do you got space of? We could probably move a bunch of stuff in here. At least enough marbles. And I know what's causing us to run out of space. It's all this silly -1 gear that you just can't run out of. Ability spam, vent. Gonna need you tossing, making space as well, please. You have box sec. I guess I should have sold some of the where are your I guess I'm just gonna drop the copper ore. While we're doing that, let's be proccing some more mobs. Item. Dullmill pie, we'll eat that. And Nuba's theory, let's use that. Although it'll say experience points and not merit for reasons unknown. Be careful not to drop your Ochihota's kill. That would be embarrassing. Dropping more copper. Stop. Okay. Alright. I know, we're under attack. Attack! And obviously, they really need to link it with the storage registers as having them. Yeah, but I know there's some pieces of gear that you can send to a mule. The accessories, I know you can. What you're gonna do with the accessories, I really don't know. I know you can't trade it for anything yet. It'd be neat if you could trade that in for, say, more points on your Gobby Box daily. Silly stuff like that. But maybe when it goes to PC only, they'll be able to put that support in. Because I'm not sure if the PlayStation 2 would be able to... I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that they're still limited by simply because of the PS2. And even to a lesser degree, maybe the Xbox. We can probably get about 2 more kills in here. Except we got a paralyzation going on. Can we get it off? Can. Alright, let's get that there. Would be awesome that you can trade them in for a single of your... Oh, yeah. That would be neat. Or even if you could just trade it into that NPC next to the Sparks NPC lady. And... what's the word I'm looking for? Just maybe get some copper vouchers. But that's probably asking too much. Alright, we got 18 in-game minutes left. I have not seen the Tarutaru. He's probably going to be going back to the Fungar camp because everybody goes to the Fungar camp. But that's alright. We can handle other mobs. Trade them in 3-1 for your -1 of your choice. That would be a thing too, except I already have all the -1s for this zone. I think I have them on both characters now too, which just tells me that I spent too much time in Valkrum. It's time to move on to a different zone, like Kifum or Uburimu. That's got sneaking and biz up. So does Cyndaquil. Let's see. We still at 397 combat skill. We capped Greatsword. Yay! All right. What do we want to do next? Staff, club. Let's see. Equipment. Do we have a staff? The staff that we have, I don't think we can equip. I think that was warrior only. So I guess we're going club. Clubbing. Vent. Know where you're going. Come back. We just lost all our TP. Hey, come back. Really. Just want to play. Ability spam. Maybe. Level with a signet step. If I had one, I could probably get away with it. Little button. This might be a problem. She may not even be able to hit him. Well, it'll be a problem for just a little bit. As long as they hit her, we'll be okay. And a warp cudgel. Does anybody even sell warp cudgels anymore? Imagine they would. Just warp ring being level 1. Warp cudgel being, what was it, level 36-ish? Sounds right. And I used to get club skill ups with a warp cudgel. Not that I have seen. That's what I need to do. I need to make a warp cudgel, stick it on the auction house. See if anybody buys it. Whoops. Built the wrong fly trap. Alright. So we're lucky we'll get a shield skill up too tonight, but probably won't be that lucky. And polearm and a staff is what else I can do on Pally. We also need to level Scythe. We could probably do that on Beastmaster. I don't understand why I just don't hop on Warrior and do the exact same thing that I'm doing right now. I know why. Capacity points on Paladin. That's all. I got excited for a second. I saw skill up. I thought shield? No, club. It. Curses. Oh well. So do I need to change the title now since we're no longer, since we capped Greatsword? And I was like, skill capping. Hey, come back. Yo. I might need to start using flash. I know I'm not going to be able to hold hate with this level 1 weapon. Yeah, let's try flash for a moment. Get some other buff spells on. Not that it's going to be able to. Okay, hit. Propped early. More club skill ups. And really double merit points? Not too bad. Right, fly trap. Oh, we lost the cleric spell. So sad. Cleric spell. See if I can pull up the icon. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's going to be so small on the screen. But it just looks like simply almost a neck piece. Was curious. Square Enix could have made it into something more like a chastity belt. White mage after all. But maybe that's not a holy person thing. It was probably just more of a polite word I want to use for it. The opposite of women's empowerment in the Dark Ages. Daily life, maybe? Oh! Rock. Another skill up. The one thing I don't like about the Enlight spell, it keeps making me think that I got Treasure Hunter procced, but no. It's something completely different. Wouldn't it be neat if we did get Treasure Hunter procced? Just by using Enlight. Yay, more bind bills. Let's see, I'm gonna get you, and I guess you. Let's try this. I mean, we're on Paladin. Should be able to handle it. You should see Treasure Hunter proc if they're not Thief. It's just the Enlight spell that I have uses the exact same animation. And that one definitely got intimidated. Alright, let's ability spam this. Never mind, let's just kill that. I have to turn around here in just a little bit. Oh, never mind. Kitty didn't get a kill in one shot. I was hoping having this many mobs on us would increase our chances for shield skill ups. Doesn't seem to be happening though, does it? There's that. Another kill. Never mind, not Amigo got the kill. And if you could join us, please. There we go. Kill again. This is actually going quite well, isn't it? Didn't get any skill ups, but oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Nah, don't kill it. Dancers, why aren't you helping proccing it? Oh, never mind. Now you can kill it. Ability spam. Dog ability spam. Go ahead and get a cure 4 on myself while Kitty Cat does her thing. We got a healing magic skill up. Let's go. What was that? I think I pulled 4 of them, and then we got like maybe 2 or 3 ads in addition after the fact. So let's try pulling 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That certainly looks like more than 5, doesn't it? Yeah, we definitely got more than that now. I'm not worried. Kitty's gonna probably get a bunch of these. Okay. Get an assist going. I should use cover on somebody. Like the kitty cat. Yeah, I definitely don't have hate on these. Oh, we got slept. And they can't hit us to wake us up. A little funny. We're still slept. Here, let's get this one before Kitty gets angry with it. 45 minutes left. Oh, that's so sad. Alright, let's kill that. And get shield skill ups if they're attacking you from behind. Like we got another ad. Going up on shield is worse than old style parrying skill ups. I didn't have too much trouble with parrying. Guard on monk is what I had trouble with. And it's almost at the point that I'm thinking about purchasing the pages that you do with sparks and just get shield skill ups that way. Almost. I figure once I get O chain, the shield skill ups will take care of themselves. Don't know if that's the case. Of course, you know, I say I'm going to get O chain like it's a drop in the wood. You know, it's going to be quite a bit more difficult than that. I should be doing it before Aegis. Get that one. Because Kitty wants to kill it. Find a level guard skill. It's easier to get Afterglow on MP. Guard's a lot easier now than it used to be. That was something that I noticed on Cyndaquil leveling her monk, was that she was getting guard skill ups quite a bit. It helped that she was tanking everything. Then your Kitty killed my mob before we procced it. It's doing it again. There we go. One proc. Now it's dead. Alright. That pull didn't work nearly as well as I would have liked it to. It was a little sloppy. I mean, we got everything killed, we just didn't get everything procced. Should come over and play on my level 1 on your server. You could do that. I was thinking about doing the same thing. It's just I would be fighting that urge in the back of my brain going, you could be working on your relic shield, and you'd probably be fighting the urge saying, Lenos, we could be working on your hand-to-hand weapon. Was it Safari? How do you pronounce that? Safari? Safari doesn't sound. I'm sure there's a pronunciation somewhere in the world. Club skill 272. A long way to go. And kill. Let's see, which one of these guys do I not need? Koromoru. Can't believe I'm doing this. We don't need no healer. I'm gonna bring out Sakura. 6 HP a sec. That'll work like a cure for. Maybe get some more club skill ups this way. Alright. Attack. I pronounce it Safari, which could be right. I mean, the letters definitely match that. I should ask Maida. He knows all these. I forgot to hit the kill button. 273. Yeah, definitely having the Chocobo chick pop out of here was a step in the right direction. I say that we're not going to get another skill up the rest of the night. Wait, come back. Lillicet. I should have dismissed her. Kept the tarutaru. Oh well. Kill. Or should I call it sick? Kill the button again. Yay, more coins. This way. She is cute. I'll give it that. I'm not... I don't know. It's... When they first introduced her in Wings of the Goddess, and she was doing these rather seductive-ish dances in the cutscenes, it bothered me slightly because she is so young. But, no, she grows on you. We all get slept. Yes, we all got slept. And we got no coins. Dent's awake. Alright. Doing on time. Another hour and a half left. Before we move on to, yeah, we definitely should have had the, Chocobo out the whole time. And get this button again. Oh, the kill. She's old enough. Especially in Japan. Oh, I remember that was a thing on old anime VHS tapes. I think it... What was the name of the one? I don't remember the name of it. It was an old, really naughty anime that had a bunch of schoolgirls on the cover. And they had this notice stamped across of it. All the characters in this animation are, over the age of 18, because they didn't want to get in trouble with kiddie porn laws or anything like that. And it's like, but it's animation, but, you know, that was back in the 80s, I suppose, when they were just worried. Ounce of prevention. It's like, yeah, you're looking at the box cover at the girls, like, there's no way these ladies are 18 years old. You know, they're much younger than that. You know, like, even though they're in schoolgirl uniforms. Let's not go down that road. It's like, I live in Texas, I am kind of conservative, but there's some things that I think are just taken way too far. And being worried about how old the girls are in the cartoon or the animation, I think is taking it a bit too far. But, oh well, think about the children. This side. Mr. Tarutaru friend's still in here. Busy wig. Yep. Wonder how many coins he's got. He's probably gotten like 600 coins in the amount of time that I've gotten like 300-ish. I did the math last night. The 2 hours that we spent... Actually, I guess it was 3 hours. Not that we were farming coins last night in Bostatin Glacier. But we did get a few coins. We got about 500 coins total. Added up between me and Dent. Of course, I gave them all to Cyndaquil. And she pretty much cashed them all into. Really? You went and hit all 3 of them? Alright, let's get this one first. Or this one. Job ability spam before the kitty kills it. Kitty's gonna kill it. Ooh! Oh, we got it. So... get this one here. I don't know if bringing in a third account in here would speed us up anymore, unless we were just simply going after kills with a treasure hunter, and then just completely and utterly forgetting to proc the mobs. I've never timed it to see if it would be faster. I mean, it might be faster proccing them if you got 3 dudes subbing Dancer, all spamming the same days thing at the same time, then theoretically it should proc, unlike this mob right here who isn't. And maybe it's because the time's over. Let's... Yeah, it's over 8 o'clock, so... Kill. Oh, shoot. Now we're slept. Yes, we are. 24 seconds. Dent, you'd be so kind. Thank you. And now... kill the kitty. Or kill the plant. Kitty, kill the plant. That's what I meant to say. We're wasting time. We should be fighting Internet Ordeal pieces. Seriously, I told you to kill it. Why is it still alive? There. Alright, Spectral Jig. Spectral Jig. And we're gonna run north. Got that up there. Let's try and not get the... No, that would be mean. I was thinking I could run off to the side and round up all the hippogriffs that I'm sure the Mr. Tarutaru is going after, and then they don't have a good AoE ability right now that I could claim them all with. Of course, he would do the same, because he's got perfect dodge. And be like, surprise! Two can play. And then we'd both be waiting on repops. Alright. Job ability spam assistance. Followed with a kill button. Let's go ahead and switch targets onto this one. Get your assistance on this one too, Dent. As it hasn't procced yet. Now it has. Kill it again. I wonder, is that Tarutaru still in Gustav? Looking for Volbo. And the controller went crazy for a second there. Yep, he's still down there. Of course, he's got a black mage keeping him company now. Get that. Oh, it looks like it's staggered. Awesome. I was trying to pull the other one out of the way, but yeah, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Or is this one still up? Get there. Follow with that. If you ever watch Lilith do her attack animation, ouch. Get a cure for on Dent, he's got less HP. He's always doing what's going on, Gustav. That's where we started out tonight. I got Dentrel's Samurai from level 90 to about level 96 in about half an hour. And that wasn't even having to do level sync. That was, I guess he technically that would consider him sponging off the XP that Cyndaquil was doing. We were trying to do our greatsword skill ups down there and get some job points and stuff like that. And then a Tarutaru monk showed up who wasn't trying to skill up and just started killing all the mobs. And really there were just enough mobs for us. So we started standing around waiting for repops, which is not fun because your XP chain or your capacity point chain drops to 0. And you're like, what's the whole point? Before we had like, you know, capacity chain 50 going on, which is really cool for when you got a level 90 something in the party. But oh well. I was like, this is not going to be as good as I wanted it to be. That's when we switched over to Dynamis, and we had another tarutaru forces from our camp. But oh well, that's just the way it is. Over campers, yeah. Well, it's not exactly over camping. I mean, the zone should be able to support 2 players. It's just sad that it doesn't. And really, there's nothing stopping me from going out to Aldolin on these 2 guys and doing the same thing over there, but oh well, we can get skill ups and capacity points and Dynamis and get some coins that we need, so it just can't do it as well. Alright, get this here. But it's a small server. If it gets really bad, we could always go to Dynamis Sandoria. Nobody camps or farms that zone. 565 players is not too bad for a Tuesday night on Quetzalcoatl. Actually pretty good. Let's see if I can get a cure on her. Got a healing skill up. Something I don't get about the Dancer Trust NPC. They don't ever seem to do curing waltz. I don't understand why they don't. Maybe that would just... obviously, because it doesn't go with their battle AI. I don't know if they ever use weapon skills either, or if they just store all their TP for their dances. It's not one of those things I've ever paid attention to. Well, no, I do pay attention. Magkov definitely does weapon skills. We see him standing on top of bad guys' heads all the time. With his hands up in the air going, oh, and rose petals falling from the sky. That kitty. Ooh, Blackbeard's down to 50% HP. Will he survive the next 25 minutes? Let's find out. Oh, I know what happened. It was because of the 4,000 needles. That did quite a bit of damage. Looks staggered. I need to check. Is Dent's axe skill finally capped? No! It's not. Why does Mayakov use 2 swords and not daggers? Because he's special. Here, magic. Where's my flash? Flash. See if I can pull that Sabatender off. Nope. That's not gonna happen. That's a good kitty. You killed the mob we didn't want you killing, but wouldn't have it any other way. Oh my god, we lost another bronze piece. Oh. Grr. What can I toss that I don't need? View house. Mod case. Alright. Put the food in there. Alright, that'll get you down to 5 slots. What else don't you need? Thinking about tossing that Arctic Wind. Ben, did you run out of space too? He is so terribly out of space. What are we going to do with these guys? It's because of all the equipment. That's all I can think it could be. So we're not going to be using Ochihota's coat for a while. Dream boots, you should really toss those. But Not exactly sure what to do with the premium bag. Sure, it has a purpose somewhere. It's not that he has special needs. He probably just likes the way they look. What bothers me is they're not the same weapon. I mean, they got the same little handlebar thing going. It's a guard. That's what it's called. It's not a handlebar. But, oh well. 25 minutes left. We're wasting time on Ordell pieces. We need to be killing these. And drop ability spam here. It's if you ever do the Wings of the Goddess missions that he's in, he has a lisp. And it was when I was doing the let's get on this side. I was reading off his dialogue, trying to read his lines with the lisp without bursting out laughing. Was difficult at times, and it actually was just difficult reading some of his lines because, like, how would you say this? It's... I guess it's like when you're trying to talk like Shentoto. When you first start out, it's really difficult trying to come up with stuff that rhymes all the time, but once you get a few lines going, they just start coming out one after the other. Everybody does AoE. There we go, we still got it propped. Despite my party's best efforts to kill this Sabotender before I could get the extra coin from it. Wow. That one just showed up and got himself staggered. Perfectly fine with that. Still alive. Oh, goodness. Alright, I'm gonna pull both of these. This. Follow with that. I got an idea. When we stagger this one, I'm gonna run back a little bit while Kitty does its thing. Maybe get this one out of the way. There we go. That worked out. Hello, Bum Cow! Good evening. Before you say anything, we've capped the Greatsword, or at least as far as you can get it on a Paladin, and now we're working on a level 1 club. I thought about changing the title, but then I thought, nah, that'll just slow you down from getting skill ups. And how are you this fine Tuesday evening? Job ability spam. Let's get some more coin. Another kill. I don't think I like Nanamigo's Treasure Hunter tonight. I would like it if we got 4 kills. Or, I'm sorry, 4 coins on every kill, but I'll be happy with 2 coins. Here, I'm well as always. That's good to hear. It is, I hate to say it, it is so hot in Texas right now. And even though it's like in the 60s or 70s, it's like almost to the point that I want to turn the air conditioner back on. Kill. Point in this way. Oh, wait a second. It's not going to work out the way I wanted it to, is it? So apparently I never had hate on that one. Spin it around. There we go. Kitty cat do its thing. Alright. Probably gonna be running out of space here again. I live in Ohio and expected to be 65 here. Oh my god. Oh well. It's funny, it's when it drops into the 40s in Texas, all my coworkers start going, haha, global warming, that's not a thing. But when it gets this warm, the week of Christmas, they don't say anything. Normal temp should be in the 30s. Yeah, My mom, she was in Illinois last week visiting family, and she said this was the first year that they were up there and they didn't get like 10 feet of snow. This is a good thing. I would not want to visit any place that had 10 feet of snow. Well, I was actually considering, they've got Umatsu doing a concert in Chicago. I believe it's either on Christmas Day or the day after Christmas. I think it's the day after Christmas. And I toyed with the idea of getting tickets for that because I would love to see Umatsu in person once in my life, and I'm sure he doesn't come to the States nearly all that often. But I also thought Chicago the day after Christmas is going to be very, very, very cold. In the UK, and it's about 1 degree at the moment. I'm always curious though, in the UK, do y'all use Celsius or is it the actual Fahrenheit stuff? I think rest of Europe uses the Celsius degree, but you know, English, hopefully you still use Fahrenheit, but let's see. I know Canadians, they used a Celsius. And if you're in the UK, oh my god, it's like 5 in the morning over there. And you're watching me farm Dynamis and you're still awake. Well done! Ah. I don't know if I could do that. Actually, I'm pretty sure I could. I was toying with that last night. I was having trouble sleeping. I thought, I know, I could pull up my my own YouTube videos, and that should put me to sleep in a little bit. But 5:03. Hello, Ravenwolf. Happy Tuesday. Oh, that one is procced and I forgot to kill it. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch over to that one. Kitty did a pretty good job. You were reading that guy just now. You're getting proc so easy. Well, Dent is subbing White Mage. I'm subbing White Mage. We got 2 dancers, so everyone's doing their own part. I think the only one that isn't helping us get procs, but no, we're just overwhelming them with it. But then again, sometimes we get really lucky. Sometimes we don't. I need to be careful here, though. We're going to be running out of coins really fast, or running out of space for our coins. Good to see there are still non-Japanese on quits. There's not many of us. Normally, on any given night, there's going to be about 300 North Americans. Assuming that a good 50 to 100 of them are AFK doing the bizarre thing. You show up Japanese time, yeah, it's going to go up to over 800, but fun times there. I'm still a little curious to see how good the coins are not doing this with Treasure Hunter, or without a Thief as the main job. Ooh, shoot. I killed that one too early, didn't I? Oh well. We'll get it next time. If you're doing Japanese times, or job abilities for proc, you should sub Dancer. Yeah. It's I forget when it was that they changed it so that you could bring in trust NPCs. I remember when they were talking about it, it was always, we don't need no trust NPCs for farming Dynamis, and that is mostly right. I don't think we do. But, like this here. It certainly does help for boss battles, I think. Take Thief Dancer and pull out a Warrior and Dance Trust, then a Red Mage and White Mage Trust should fight pretty much all mobs. I just started playing again on quits and felt like a fish out of water. Oh, it's I've got a longtime friend, Cora. When I came back after my last break, it was him and one other player that still played, and Cora takes pretty long breaks too. And if he hadn't been on showing me how to do all this stuff, I don't think I could have gotten it done. I know for sure that I wouldn't have been able to solo the level 95 limit fight. But, yeah. No, not 4,000 needles. Dang it, why are they... Let me guess, it's past the time for procs on... Yeah, that's why we're not getting any more procs on these guys, because... Oopsie. Alright, let's get another Cure 4, this time on myself, and move on to a different camp. I got so excited, I wasn't paying attention to the time. So, yeah. Gooboos for white shells until it kicks us out of the zone. Oh, and the thief left. Or at least he logged out. This. Follow with this. He also got me most of the wins in Dynamis on Cyndaquil. Dentrel had all the wins back at level 75. We used to fight the Dynamis Lord. Or, it was a back piece and a ring, I think he dropped. I don't remember the names of them, but... Oh, that already propped. But Cyndaquil didn't have any of the wins, so... Cora took his Beastmaster in and basically cleared all the cities for me. And we attempted bow-sitting a few times, but that mod likes to spam death. And we couldn't get it down before... we couldn't get it down in time. That's all it could come down to. But we eventually got that win too. Ability spam. Again. And kill. How we doing on space? Alright, you were basically out of space. How about you doing? You got 7 slots, I'm not worried. We're not going to lose any coins. Go this way. I know I should be using Flash to pull these mobs. This seems to take so long. Commander Denali! Good evening! Seems like everybody's on tonight. Makes me feel all neat. Of course, now I'm like, be killing faster now. We are proccing the Gobu, aren't we? There we go. How are we doing on time? We got less than an hour left, but we're gonna get kicked out of here in probably like 5 minutes. Should wait for the 3-minute warning, and then I'll just have Cyndaquil warp out. Let's go and get her whipped. That way, all the coins will go to Dent. Dent, you didn't have ability spam. Really silly. See, now they're not... What's the word I'm looking for? Staggering as quickly as they were. Makes me wonder if we run out of time on them again. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. This way. We can get 1 more job point. In addition, would be awesome. No. Well, yeah, let's do that. Let's pop one of the tourist sponsors and see if we can get 100 coin. I think it's the tree. Yeah. Ability. Not subbed at the moment, been playing other games. FF11 is always a game I go back to. Yeah, it's... I'm trying to think. I've never counted the number of times I've actually come back to FF11. It's upwards of over 10, that's for sure. Take breaks, come back, take another break. If we can make it to February without taking another break, it'll be 1 year non-stop, almost every day. I think there was like a couple weeks, but... Ooh, you got your 100 shell. Congratulations. It's not a competition, but back in my mind, it's like, it's so a competition. So, let's see. I think I have a Nightmare Water. I do. We're going to trade that to the question mark up here on the dude. We've already got the weapon he drops on everybody. There it is. So we're not going to be seeing that. Dan, you still with us? Good. Trade. Nightmare Water. Hello, Mr. Tree Dude. Let's go ahead and get a flash and all that fun stuff on there while Dent and everybody starts doing their job abilities, trying to get this guy staggered. Then we'll get Kitty involved. I'm tanking this guy with a level 1 weapon. Because why not? That's not a treasure hunter. No, that's just in light proccing. Oh well. Let's go ahead and go through the job ability spams, and Syndical, let's get you added in there as well. Really? Y'all stole hate off me. Because I'm like the paladin here, and... Alright, that's fine. I don't want to tank. Get someone else tanking. Dent should have gotten his butterfly out. The ladybug out. That's got treasure hunter. Kill spam again and again. First monster, kill the time spawn goob. I don't know where the question mark is for that one. I would imagine be close by. Therefore, this will get hate back. Nope. I stand corrected. White procs don't happen very often, and then a 100% piece isn't a 100% drop chance. That, and I love my sub-jobs, but... I don't think we're gonna proc this guy, is it? Alright, let's get the Kitty involved. Get some more DPS on this guy. The time spawn goob spawns in the lower level goobs. Okay. Good to know. It looks like Kitty pulled hate. Oh man, he's so far up there. There he is. Mayakov is standing on top of the tree. He's back off, but... Up 283. Did it go up that high? I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, 283. Woot. And now I need a cure. I need big cures. Kitty, kill this thing quickly. There we go. Well, we didn't stagger it. And all we found was a Fiendish Tomb 2. Get another Curing Waltz on here. How much time do we got left? Doesn't show it. Alright. Let's see if we can find... Only 134 more levels to cap club. 5 minutes left. I don't think we're going to be able to get the next notorious monster, find the question mark, pop them, kill them, proc them, and then loot the coin before it kicks us out. But though I will admit, I haven't actually taken Dancer into Dynamis yet, so I don't have the first 10 numbers to compare my thief. I would imagine it would be similar to any other job that doesn't have Treasure Hunter or only gets to use the Treasure Hunter that you use on trusted PCs. And even if the TH1 that you get from Non-Amigo, even if that's 75% of the same coins that you would get going main hand job thief, that might be worth it, especially if you can kill the mobs faster. Just level thief to 99 for drops in Dynamis to make some gil. Yeah, I think that's the reason everyone has a 99 thief. I'm all debating whether or not I want to actually farm all 10,000 of my bronze pieces, or if sell my other coins and then use the money to purchase more bronze pieces. If I can do 2 hours a day and get about 200 bronze pieces a pull, then it would take 2 months to finish stage 5-ish. You know, given weekends, we could probably go in for a second run and that kind of thing. Doesn't seem like we're getting procs anymore, does it? 3 minutes. There we go. Kill this. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and warp out. Item, warp ring, dent. Let's get your spectral jig going, because you'll probably run away and aggro a ton of mobs. You still have space, don't you? Yeah, he's got tons of space. Oh, there he goes running anyways. That's so funny. He gets the Fiendish Tomb Chapter 2 and a white shell. And no belt. He already has one. More white shells, and that's it. Go ahead and get him warped home to... Are you using any skill up gear? I have some pieces. Just the melee stuff. Waiting on the inventory here. I'm not actually wearing it right now, so therefore you're not getting any additional bonuses. What is it? The it's probably under inventory. Maybe I threw it away. It looks like the Fisherman's Tunica, but it's that other one. I don't remember it real quick. Oh, I know why. This was the headpiece. Yeah, the Tamachi Tiani headband. The combat skill gain +1. They've got that for what? Headpiece, legs, and feet, maybe? You've got to have your Chickaboo up. I had her out. The, whatchamacallit? Peep? Sakura. Yeah, I had her out for at least the second half. Let's join Dent in port. Travel to another home point. Actually, let's go ahead and toss all the Dynamis gear that we don't need. Like, we don't need another mask -1. Or this. Or that. So many of these pieces. That's the set. Thank you. We got about, what, 20-ish levels on Club tonight? I think we got about 30 levels last night, so we got a ways to go. I could, I suppose, hop on to Scholar. I don't think Scholar Club caps nearly as high as what Warrior does, but definitely want to be careful around the Bonanza barbels. But you would be able to get the Eminent Club, or Wand, I guess is what it's called, equipped, and then maybe hit them up more often and then get more skill ups that way. Did we get, we did get a lot of accessories. Dropping that. See, you drop all this stuff, and you have a ton of space again. Problem is, you drop it in Dynamis, then the next mob you kill is going to automatically drop the same piece that you just threw away. And I know Windower has an option where you can automatically pass on certain items. And now that I think about it, that might actually be something to go for. Edelin is the best place for skill ups, I believe that. Actually use Pally for skill up on Club. For some odd reason, Paladin has A- compared to White Mage at B+. Really? Warrior caps at 388, Scholar is 378. Do that. And alright, so now we gotta meet up Dent and get his coins. And then count them. Travel, current region, Port Sandoria, buy the Mog House. Please. Don't have any coffee left. Just a little bit. Oh, and hopefully my mom's not watching. I got her a selfie stick for Christmas. Knowing my mom, she's gonna love it. My girlfriend's gonna hate it. My sister's gonna hate it. So it's gonna be like win, win, win. Anytime you can make one woman happy and anger two others at the same time for Christmas, you know, awesome. But hopefully she doesn't already have one. Paladin caps at 417, which is the highest out of all the jobs. Well, shoot. You know what? I have to check my monk house. I have another weapon that is club, I think. I don't know where it is though. Let's see. Monk sack. I should have been using it the whole time though. It's not there. Well, case. Hey, look, a Kieran's pole. It's not what you were looking for. Trick staff. Hey, we could have done our staff skill ups with that one. Oh, what we know now. Wouldn't be under Mark Wardrobe, would it? No, because you looked into that earlier. Storage? No. Dream Bell, yeah, you could use a club for that, but Ram staff. Monk save 2. Last one. Maybe I chunked it. Kinda looks like I did, doesn't it? Anyways, focusing on here. Elementor of a person I like course. Oh, apparently I missed a bunch of stuff here. Is Dancer a good solo job these days? Yes. Dancer is and always will be a good solo job. Thief is better though. It's all a matter of opinion. I personally like Corsair. I think you can almost solo on any job now, especially if you have trust NPCs out. I think the one job that I had the hardest time leveling to 75 solo was Bard. And that will be my last drop to 99. Anything else though, whatever you have fun leveling, level it. Like, I enjoyed Monk, even though Monk wasn't Cyndaquil's first job to 75. She beat Matt on Thief because I thought that, you know, do everything on her, and one of it's going to be getting the Matt cap. And I figured trying to defeat Matt, this was back when level 99, before we had all the 119 gear. Even at 99, it would have been a little bit difficult to DPS Matt down to size. So I stole the warp scroll from him. I almost want to say I kept that warp scroll, but I think I used it one day. Excuse me. I did keep the testimony. We didn't get that many. Let's see. Alright, let's add it all up here. Hopefully we got at least 300. Hopefully we got 400. But alright, almost 2 stacks of bronze pieces. Definitely 2 stacks of bind bills. And a little bit over a stack and a half of white shells given. We already had some coins left over from yesterday too, so these numbers are liberal. So let's round down 1.5, say 1.5, and another 1.5, so 3. Oh, yeah, probably easy 400 coins. Just doing that. Asking because I have only one friend playing, so I'm reliant on doing stuff alone. Even if you got 20 friends playing, sometimes you're still reliant on doing stuff alone. Again, it's... I mean, you took Thief to 99. I hope you enjoyed Thief. It does make it a lot easier to farm Dynamis, because just for Treasure Hunter, if nothing else. That being said, for endgame-wise, the way I understand Thief, you need a lot of gear. Different macro sets for different job abilities, and stand here, proc this, or over here, hit this. All these little things that, if I had been doing since level 15 in parties and slowly working this into my set, then yeah, I could do it. Trying to tackle it all on now to be the best that I could be, I could still do it, but that's not my playstyle though, unfortunately. I don't want to go to Eldolin. Santoria. Northern, by the entrance, where we just were, thank you. Since I've been back in game, I've spent more time soloing than doing things with others. If you go back to the game, you will see that a lot of people end up doing things more endgame and tend to shy away from doing the older content. Router's Storm is so OP with Sneak Attack, Trick Attack, yeah, that it is. Out of 40 people in the show, only 4 have helped me with anything. I think I've helped more people in my link shell than I've actually gotten help from others in. And basically, it's whenever somebody says, "Hey, could somebody open this door for me?" I'm right, I'll be there. I got the key for that. We're going to the survival guide. We're going to do teleportation assistance. We're going to go to the Void first. Actually, we need original release areas. Now we want Devoy. I really should add the 3 Beastmen capitals to my whatchamacallit, the favorites, since I seem to be going there so often. Level Thief for drops, but Dancer, Beast, and Monk are the jobs I like. Well, there you go. Dancer's very simple solo. It used to be said sub ninja. I don't think that's necessarily necessary anymore. I mean, I leveled Dancer with a ninja sub for a little while, but I never even bothered using Utsumi. Beastmaster, oh my gosh. I mean, with Bestial Loyalty, you can get some high quality food leveling up. I mean, once you get the kitty cat at 51, don't remember the kitty cat's name at the moment, but it's like attack, engage, kill, and then move on to the next mob. It just do so much spike damage. If you can keep your pet alive for 20 minutes, then you don't even have to worry about using the food. Because Bestial Loyalty is such my favorite. I'm looking for coins. Can't die. Here we go. So we're only gonna get one silver piece today. Oh well. There we go. Off to Castle O. I'll say this about Beast. I've got 3 accounts with 3 different characters at 99, with 99 jobs. All 3 of them have Beastmaster at 99. And it's just... it makes the game that much easier. The way I play it anyways. But we'll go there, since that was next time. I enjoyed Old School Beast. So did Meta. He would never use jug pets, was always charming mobs, keeping them in a little group together kind of thing, and then just basically cycling them back out and this, that, and the other. And of course he would be going after the incredibly tough stuff. And this was also back when Beastmaster had the what do you call it? The deal where if you actually killed the mob while having a pet that was a higher level than you, then you would get a XP penalty. So the idea was DPS the mob down really low to where you could finish it off, and then dismiss your pet, and then get the kill shot so you get the full XP. And I could never get the hang of that. I was more happy farming easy prey mobs and basically selling whatever drops I could to NPC vendors, and looked at it more as making money versus getting XP. But did get 119 gear. That's pretty good. And a weapon yesterday, so I'm hoping I won't whiff anymore on mobs in Ryzen Jima. You will, unless you got a ton of accuracy. Ryzen Jima is the, I guess, the endgame spot right now. It's for, I'm not going to say it's only for the players that have been playing it non-stop, because you can get geared up really quick in FF11 now. It just helps to start in the lower spots first. Trying to think of a fair comparison to the 75 days. I guess it'd be like Ryzen Jima would be... no, that's not fair either. It's like hitting level 99 and then thinking, alright, let's go after Pandemonium Warden. That's not a fair comparison. You might be able to do it. I mean, if you got like 17 other players carrying you through it, but chances are probably not. I mean, when I hit 99, when I hit 75, I started in Dynamis. Not that there's a ton of great monk gear in Dynamis, which I guess why I had no problem on it, because nobody else wanted it. But it was a starter set, and it had some decent macro abilities. But really, Sky was the place that I got my good piece. Alright, you will need to kill 11 mobs for the Rhapsodies, but the whiffs were real with 117 weapons, so I'm hoping to do better now. Ryzen Jima is Dynamis on steroids and being naked. You should try that. Yeah, it's just, I mean, as you progress, as you continue amassing job points, let's see if I can actually view them from here. It's going to be under status, job points. Will it let me view thief? And under the gifts, you get magic accuracy. Why do you need magic accuracy on thief? Let's not ask that right now. I would imagine you would get physical accuracy, physical attack, physical evasion. Here we go, physical accuracy bonus. Increase physical and ranged accuracy by 8. You get that at 280 job points. I would imagine there's going to be another one. Physical attack, critical, capacity points, dual wield, physical, capacity point, physical. There's another physical accuracy at 780. That's by 10. You know, gear's going to help a ton. I believe Sublime Sushi is the accuracy sushi of choice for DPS right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. To be honest, I couldn't believe how easy it was to get 119 gear after some research. Yeah, there's... most players in the link shells that I'm in don't do it the same way I do. I like making the game as terribly difficult and slow as possible, just because that's the kind of gamer I am. It's like I could skip all the story progression stuff and just go straight to jumping into a party, trying to kill, say, like the bee or the shark, and getting drops from that, and you could get a full 119 set in a day doing that. I prefer slowly upgrading relic gear because, one, I like the way it looks, and two, because I have this 119 piece that I got on here. It took me forever to get the Valor -1 coronet out of Dynamis. It finally did drop, and I think I got this thing upgraded to 119 in about 24 hours. And I feel prouder of this one piece of gear right here than I do of a lot of other stuff. And that's just the way it is. You know, I mean, I played this game back when it was difficult getting your artifact armor if you didn't have friends helping you. I think you needed friends helping you back at level 65 to get certain artifact pieces. Alright, there's your jade shell, so... I don't even know what I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since we were only able to upgrade 4 pieces of coins, let's say we got 400 coins, not subbing thief. So that's about 100 coins down, so... Alright, magic accuracy helps for magic-based weapon skills. I did not know that. Thank you, Lenos. And, of course, you're out for tonight. I plan on being on tomorrow night. It's still up in the air whether or not I'm going to be on Christmas Eve. Chances are I won't be. Miss Kitty, come back. But you never know. If I don't get out of work on time Christmas Eve, then I'll probably stay home one extra day and then drive down to Austin Friday morning. But the idea is to try and get out of town Thursday if possible. I'll be back on tomorrow night for sure. I hope to see you then. Anyone else need Del Shark? I think Grease fell asleep. Who falls asleep doing Shark? Oh well. We still have our warp ring equipped. I'm sure it's been more than 10 minutes. Yeah, we do. Yay for that. A little bit more over here. Just get you in front of your keyboard. That looks centered. And then we're gonna do SITCAIR. He doesn't have number 9, do you? He just have regular sit chair. Alright, one of these days we're gonna leave Dent AFK in his Mog house playing the piano without the entire stream. We're not gonna do that tonight because we already missed it. But is there still money or something else to get with fishing since you have the Abisu? I would think so. You basically you're gonna want to just look at the auction house and see what sells. I would think right now, since Sublime Sushi is the big one, that Guguru Tuna would be the quick money maker. I would think. I'm not 100% sure about that. If you have the Abisu, honestly, I would think the best money making, and again, you're going to want to check the auction house to be sure, the fish that you fish up for the items for the Abisu, continue fishing those up, and then stick those on the auction house, and then see if there's players that will purchase that for tons of money. I don't remember the names of the fish. I think Lick was one of them. But let's take a look. There's an auction house over here. I haven't bothered going after the Abisu rod yet. Dentrel is the only one that has the skill to go after it. I'm more worried that I'm going to break my Lu Shang's. I'm sure I will. And he doesn't have the crafting skill to get it fixed just yet, and I don't want to necessarily buy ancient lumber to have the NPC do it. Yeah. Let's see what they sell for right now. Bid. Food. If they go for, like, you know, 5k a pop, then I would. You're going to make more money in Dynamis than you're fishing, unfortunately. Too many fish. There we go. There's 3 on the auction house. They go for 15k a pop. And the last 10 have sold since the 20th. So it looks like 2 players. So yeah. You'll want to check FF11 auction house too. But that might be a way to go. Let's look for Guguru Tunas. 2 of those, price history. Those go for 7k. They seem to sell a little bit faster, but not for as much. And then Soul Sushi. Let's look at Black Souls up at the top. This was the money fish that got me into the 90s. 12 stacks of that. 20k a stack. Of course, these take longer to fish up to get a stack of 12. So if you divide 20 by 12, then yeah, it's not going to be same fish per hour. So yeah, and it's like once you get the Abisu rod, you're like, I never want to fish up another lick ever again. And I get that, but if you're looking to make money, you got Thief at 99. What the best way to do it is farm up the coins and sell the coins. Saying you could sell earth crystals like me, but they're a slow mover. They don't get that much. What are coins going for on Quetzalcoatl right now? Let's take a look. Others, I think it's miscellaneous 3. Yeah. A stack of white shells goes for 397k. Bronze pieces are probably the money ones right there. 100 fishing butts in Keyflum fishing Black Soul back in the day. Is that what they were going after? I thought they were all fishing up items, but it wouldn't surprise me if they found a way to actually get that. I remember, because I didn't hang out in Keyflum too often, it was, Sea Serpent Grotto. That's where I got most of my money. That's where I paid for my Peacock Charm and cross counters. Was fishing up the Grimmonites and other stuff down there. Silver pieces is not what you want. Fines, how much do those go for? How much do the buying bills go for? It's actually cheaper to buy the 99 buying bills than it is to get the extra note there. That's a little funny. Oh well, enough auction housing. That's so fun to watch, I apologize. Did we get our Gobby Box of the day? I don't remember. We might have. I guess we didn't. Special dog. Alright. Come on. Rare piece of gear. Crayfish. Thanks, but no thanks. A crayfish. And we can't even eat it because we still have a food effect going on for another 19 minutes. Since living fishing to 100 was like watching grass grow, I saw all the bots and what they were fishing up. Okay, that does make sense. I only ran past them when they were in mass, and I was like, take a screenshot. I had a couple friends that tried MPKing a bunch of them with, what was it? They would pull the leeches and wait for acid mantle. And they nerfed that so that you couldn't use acid mist, not acid mantle. So you couldn't use that to kill a bunch of level 1 players. But then Square Enix went ahead and installed the Goblin Bounty Hunters and did the same job. So that kind of fixed it. What else we got? Got 15 minutes left. I know what we can do. Dent, get up, get up. Let's go kill Behemoth. We got enough time for that. And maybe we'll get our D-ring. Let's... I don't think Treasure Hunter helps at all with the D-ring, but actually I'm pretty sure it doesn't. We're gonna go on Thief anyways. Pork chop, dancer, yeah, that's fine. Your mockhouse looks awesome. Well, thank you. I decorated a little bit for the holiday. Anybody that was watching back for Halloween, tell you that I was going a little overboard for the Halloween decorations. Let's do Northern Sandoria, and then I will have what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't want to change the music. I wanted to exit. There we go. Let's do select an area to exit to Northern Sandoria, and then we'll just run together to Behemoth's Dominion. Yeah, you do have the pop items on. He's only carried the pop items on him for how long? No. I don't want to set this as my home point. Again, 60. I got a savory shank and a beastly shank. All you need. Follow. Go this way. I wonder if I should... No, let's not fight Behemoth with a club. Let's do this correctly. Well, no. He's an old world mob. We could probably get by with a thief's knife in the offhand. I don't think it's going to increase our treasure hunter chances too much, but... I don't know, we might be able to get another shank, but... Let's see. If Dent can keep up. I'm tempted to do the Christmas event on Dentrel because you can get the music maker or the music player where you can change the music in your mog house, and that would be so cool on him since he's also got the harpsichord for more music funsies. Of course, all this music stuff, I should probably change his main job to Bard, right? No, not doing that. No, not doing that. Not it. Come on, goblins! You're slowing us down. The defense ring. Yeah, that's what I would love to have for my paladin. I forget how many King Behemoths we've slayed so far, and not seen the drop. Most players that have it say they've gotten within about 6 kills. I think I've done 6 kills, but let's see. So everyone cross your fingers. Let's do original release. We're looking for... Probably gonna be on the next page, isn't it? There it is, Behemoth's Dominion. Using tabs. Cynic will do the same thing, please. Teleportation. Original release. Miss Kitty is staring at her food bowl expectantly. I guess I'll be feeding her here in just a little bit. Use tabs. Alright, don't. Go ahead and get your kitty cat pulled out. And now... we just need heals. Let's see, and let's also change the config to... miscellaneous? Yeah, to the log, so we can see what level treasure hunter we get. So... trust... I just need heals, so... Korumoru... Urukiki, 2 PP, and Ulmia. That should be enough. I'm still super proud of my Rajas ring. That was a all task to get. Did it when it was still very hard. I got it right before Abysia came out. That was something that Nikki demanded that I think they had already taken the level cap off of a lot of the fights. No, that was different. There were still level caps to a bunch of it. My Link Shell and I, we cleared a ton of it together. And it was months preparation for certain battles. I remember the Savage where we were fighting the one dragon. When we were ready to tackle that one, it was basically the Link Shell leader like, alright, you, and you, level Black Mage to 50, because we had no Black Mages in our Link Shell. And all 3 of us, I was one of them that got selected, we're like, ah, not Black Mage. But, you know, you just can't melee, what's that dragon's name? Oryu, or something like that? And, we got it all up to 50, we all learned freeze, sleep the dragon, cast freeze together, sleep the dragon again, have our paladin friend hit flash and provoke and all that stuff to try and keep hate off of us, and we would basically, we would have enough extra space for 1 or 2 Link Shell buddies just to stand there and do nothing the entire fight while we did all the work, just so that they could clear it. and we got the entire link shell through that way. I think we fought that dragon at least 15, 16 times and never wiped once to him. That was our proudest moment right there. Yeah. You know, every other fight, you know, we wiped at least a dozen times before we got it mastered. But and now, Chains of Bermathia, you can solo it. The hardest part is actually making sure that you have all the home point crystals and all the survival guides to speed it along as quickly as possible, unfortunately. And players still complain that it takes so long. But, I don't know. I did it all the way once on Dentrel. I loved the story when I did it there. I still think it's Final Fantasy XI's shining moment was that expansion. Wings of the Goddess being a very close second. Yeah. I think this is the right zone. Is there anybody else here? Search area, current area, just us two. There's our triple question mark. Mr. Dent, if you would be so kind. Trade. Trying to remember which one you do first. I think it's the Beastly Shank. Yeah, do the Beastly Shank first. Maybe we'll get another Savory Shank if we get enough Treasure Hunter going on it. My main was Monk, and I hate healing. Link Shell Leader, well, you need to level White Mage to Chi Blast Genbu, yeah. I died a little inside when I heard that. Well, you only needed to take it to 37. And, yeah, it's... Fishing was my way of funding all my Monk gear. It's like I hit level 40 and I stopped leveling Monk because, well, you need Brown Belt. And you can't quest Brown Belt at level 40. I mean, I suppose you could, but I couldn't. So you had to buy it off the auction house. So, fish. Fish, fish, fish. Pick up a, some other weapons too. Level 50 I had to stop again because I needed to get cross counters. And, but once I got level 50 cross counters, it was like went from level 50 to 70 in the course of 2 weeks. Alright, we're popping Behemoth. Everyone cross your fingers. Let's see, let's do Trick Attack onto... We're still on Paladin macros. Oops. Edit macro, thief. Alright, now Trick Attack. Oh, we need enough TP to actually pull that off, don't we? Don't see any Treasure Hunter yet, so maybe this will do it. Well, a little bit more to the right. Is that enough to pull hate? Find out. Slam hate onto the dent. I still don't see Treasure Hunter. Sometimes it takes a while for Treasure Hunter to pop up. Doesn't look like he's done a Meteor yet. Comes Flame Armor. Alright, let's do a sneak attack. Watch him turn around. Only did 5,925 points with that sneak attack, but... Tell me it procced and I didn't see it, but it doesn't look like it, does it? You ever see me in game? Wave in-game name is Ulano? Alright. You're not on right now, are you? L-U-A-N-L? Nope, you're not on. Or if you, I typed your name wrong. I don't say it yet. Yeah, next time you're on, you know, feel free to send a friend invite. I don't mind that. I'd love to help any way that I can. There's not too many of us Quetzalcoatl players out and about anymore. We're not going to get any treasure hunter on this, are we? What am I doing wrong? Do I got the wrong gear equipped? No? Treasure hunter? Treasure hunter? There we go. Got it up to Treasure Hunter 9. It just woke up. Jump ability. Let's do another trick attack. If we can get it on there one more time. Maybe get TH up to 10. I'll do a weapon skill though. Oh well. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a beastly shank anyways. Savory shank. That's what I was hoping for. Alright, so now we got 2 chances for a D-ring. Cast Lot. Then you already have one, so pass on the... Alright. I'm gonna level Dancer when I'm getting on. That's a job. I think the highest character I've got right now is probably Cyndaquil, and she's at 77? Let's see. Yeah, Dancer 77. My 99s are really starting to fill up. Blue Mage is the one that I think I want to take next. After we get Abizia taken care of. That one just... hunting the spells just seems like it's going to be fun. The few spells that I've already gone hunting, that was quite good. Dent. Follow, please? Alright. Usually the triple question marks come back on by now. Oh, there it is. Alright, now here we go. Feeling good about this one. I felt good yesterday when, on our, what was it, 5th Gobblefop? No, it wasn't the Gobblefop. It was the dude that dropped the item for him. Hey, look everyone, it's the inside of King Behemoth. That was nasty. And let's just go ahead and sneak attack this. I'm not as worried about getting Treasure Hunter on this guy, but let's just get it on there once. And then I'll get Dent in on it. So bad when Meteor only does 106 points of damage. Oh well. Let's do some job ability spam. Maybe that'll help us with TH. Another meteor. Good luck, good luck. Thank you. Still don't see it. Of course, everyone's going to tell me that Treasure Hunter is not going to have any effect whatsoever on the D-ring dropping. It's either the earring that drops 99% of the time, or the defense ring. And I really hope those numbers are outdated, just because it seems like everybody has it except me. But that's not true. Dentrel doesn't have it either, but he hasn't been farming it as long as I have. What is wrong with my Treasure Hunter? Alright, let's do a trick attack then. Did that do anything? Don't look like it. Or maybe it procced and I never saw it, but it had zero effect. And that's what I've been told. And it's probably a good thing because it doesn't appear to be happening tonight. But he's got other items that kind of NPC for a little bit of gil. Like, what was it, Roxa cloth, I think, that you used to make the noble gear with? And those kind of things. It'd probably just be faster just to get Dent's kitty cat in there and finish it off. Oh no! Dent's in the yellow. There we go. Alright, treasure hunter effectiveness against the King Behemoth increases to 10. Alright, Miss Kitty. You have the honors finishing this guy off for us. Hail to the king, baby. Pixie earring. Martial abjuration legs. Yeah. I think we all have the pixie earring. Pretty sure we do. What I should do is bring out Songarthol, but oh well. We got one more. Hey, we also got 16,000 gil. So that helps. But we're also fighting on Darkstay. I don't know if that has any effect. I think Lightstay would probably be more ideal, but oh well. You know what's going to happen? We're going to have 2 drops again one day. Or 2 pop items. And we're going to pop the King Behemoth. We're going to get the D ring. We're like, yay! Cyndaquil a lot on it and get it. And like, what are we going to do with this other beastly shank? Sell it? Like, no, let's go ahead and pop them. And then we're going to get another D ring. And we're like, really? 2 in a row? Because that's my kind of luck. There we go. Alright. Gee, stuck. Now, trade your Savory Shank. Here we go. Good luck take number 2. Let's just open up with Trick Attack. Gotta love it when the Behemoth is intimidated. No treasure hunter though. Still no TH. Actually, our drops were really bad. What was it? 1 hide, 1 abjuration, a horn. We usually get better than that, but it's probably because it's Darkstay and our TH was quite low. Hey, there's 9, so I guess that's about as good as we can expect. Dent. Let's get your following to assistant. Go ahead and get sneak attack going with Kitty. Come here, please. We'll watch us kill Behemoth. She doesn't care. She's like, it's time for me to eat. Why are we not eating? Turn the names off and then hit that button. And that's about as photogenic as I can make it. There, that's a little bit better. First time for FF11. I never got into it when I was a lot younger, but it seems like there's so much to do. Where would I even start? I would start with researching servers. If you want a high population, you might want to look at FF11 Auction House. The Asura server, I believe, has one of the higher North American populations. It also has the Reddit, I hear. I'm not on Asura, so I can't say for sure all the fun stuff about that. Hold on one sec. I want to see if I get my drop on this. Another earring. Oh well, but we had better drops this time. Another abjuration, 2 abjurations, shining cloth, and another hide. So no D-ring today. I hear Asura is the biggest at the moment. I've been doing lots of research as well. Awesome, you're off to the right start. I mean, with bigger populations, you're gonna have a bigger chance at being able to find other players to help you out with the other stuff. Once you get into game, you really just gotta pick your favorite nation that you want to start with. And really, there isn't a best one. You just gotta really think of what goes right with you. I mean, there's 3 different mindsets. You know, the Sandoria, that's kind of like the whole chivalry knights thing. Windurst is lots of mages. And Bestock is lots of technology, that kind of thing. Played for a couple months when it first came out, but I was like 13 at the time. Been playing 14 since release of 2.0, but it's getting really dry really quick. I've heard that. Which is a shame, because I really wanted 14 to be so successful. 11, the biggest difference from 11 and 14 is going to be the pacing. 11 is so much slower. This came out in a time when, you know, grinding was considered normal part of a MMO. It's like, this is nothing compared to how bad EverQuest used to be, but there were times that it was pretty bad. It's a lot easier. You know, to me, FF11 is better than 14. I haven't played 2.0, so I can't say. I did play 1.0 for all of 6 hours before I rage quit, and I made a wrong turn. 2015, and I still get lost. But that's what I'm saying to myself, like, even the storyline looks so good. It is. I mean, if you can deal with the pacing, you can... but yeah, the game is very approachable for solo play right now. You can get up to maximum level if you focus in on it. You can get it in about, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, doing about 3 to 4 hours a day. FF11 best MMO ever, forever. We're all a little jaded, though. I mean, not jaded. We're all a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Biased. That was the word I wanted. I played World of Warcraft back during the vanilla Burning Crusade, and Ice Crown days, and I had a lot of fun during that. That being said, I'm playing FF11 again, and not WoW, but lots of players aren't playing WoW. Like, I remember being a red mage in Valkrum Dunes trying to find a party to even level at the time, yeah? You still won't find a party in Valkrum Dunes anymore. Nobody there. The thing about 14 is that it feels like a theme park to me. Wow. Theme parks can be fun, but I watched a YouTube video of somebody playing 14, and there seemed to be a lot of hate towards anybody that was doing anything on the PlayStation 3. That might have just been the one YouTuber that I was watching. There might have been more to that as well, but fun but gets old fast. Trust and whatnot, I feel little have quite the time playing. Yeah. When you first start out, let me show it to you real quick here. Under Quest, Objective List, they're going to have a tutorial, and just start at the top and work all your way down. and call forth an alter ego. You're going to have to do a little bit of a quest to get the alter egos, but once you get that one, it's going to give you a reward for Valkrum, which is a decent tank. And then you're going to learn him, summon him for the first time as part of the tutorial, and then they'll give you a healer. And then you got your healers, you got your DPS with Tenzin, you got a Black Mage DPS. Actually, she's a scholar with aoe'd. I never use her. You get a bard. So, I mean, basically get all the... Oh, we lost the pixie ring because we already had one. You get all the trust NPCs that you'll need going on. And then once you get to 99, you can actually start doing a lot of the quest with no problem. Two schools of thought as to what order to do the quest in. I would say do the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel first. It's gonna be a spoiler. Well, do as much of it as you can first. There's gonna be a lot of it that's gonna want you to complete certain parts of the stuff. You get so many bonuses for leveling once you complete them that, you know, it's just too good to pass up. If you're not worried about bonuses, if you had a grand old time leveling up to 99 and want to do it again on 20 more jobs, then do it in order. Do your nation quest up to rank 10 first, then do the other two nations and get those up to rank 10 first. You do get a XP, or I believe it's a capacity point bonus. You might get an XP bonus too for completing that. I'm not 100% sure. Then do the Rise of the Zalard expansion, which was very decent. Chains of Promathia being the second expansion was excellent. I'm going to enjoy doing that again on a third character. Urgan was okay. It was fun. It was alright. Wings of the Goddess was awesome. And then you have your add-on scenarios, which are more hit and miss. If you're a Shantoto fan, you're going to love it. Rhapsody's cutscenes are so awesome. Love those, yeah. Like Rhapsody, Aruzi, COP, etc., etc. Would I be okay to just do the storylines as the expansions came out? Yes, you would. It might slow you down a little bit, but here's the thing. When you get to that last final cutscene at the end of the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, you will appreciate all the trouble that you... there's going to be a ton of cutscenes. I'm not even exaggerating. It's going to be over 300 hours of just cutscenes and missions and going over here, talking to this dude, going over here. I mean, it's not something that you can do in a weekend. Maybe you could. I mean, you can get at least a sixth of it done in a weekend. But, yeah. By all means, if nothing else, if you play the game and just to do the story, I mean, it's Final Fantasy, and this came out back when Final Fantasy was good. Now, this came out before 13, so that's all I'm going to say about that. My only problem is there are some sort of, like, quest tracker. Like, as far back as I can remember, I never did, like, storyline missions. I just leveled. There is a windower. I don't think there's any options in windower to for anything like quest tracker that they had in WoW. At least I don't remember as much. Technically, using windower is against the terms of service. So if you ever get caught using it, we're gonna can suspend your account. That being said, everybody uses windower. I don't because I stream it, and I really don't want Square Enix getting pissed off at me. But, you know, there's that. I don't think they have any add-ons, though, to help you with that. FF Cyclopedia, though, FF11 Cyclopedia, has some very well-explained missions. They're all linear. You know, you can't do this mission before you do this one. So, you know, you just click it, read on ahead. It's going to tell you best... theories for taking care of this. You know, there's going to be a couple that you might run into trouble with. Um, like that's going to be one of those things that it's going to be a good idea to be on a high population server, so that if you can actually get into a good link show with a couple dozen players in it, you know, and you try something solo 3 or 4 times and you just don't know how you're going to get through it. Just type out, hey, I'm having trouble with this. Don't necessarily ask, can somebody run me through it? Just say, what am I doing wrong? And then somebody will say, oh yeah, I hated that. This is what I did and got through this, and, you know, things like that. And maybe you'll get somebody else that's already done. It's like, yeah, I hated that too. I'm not doing anything. Let me help you with it. There are still those players playing. But thanks for the site doing more research. The one bad thing about the FF11 Encyclopedia is it's old. And since there's not as many North American players playing the game anymore, it's not getting updated as much anymore. Especially with the newer content. It's very slow to get updated simply because you don't have as much. As when you get to endgame, I believe BG Wiki is probably the site that you're going to want to go towards. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you. That's the one that tends to get updated more for endgame. But yeah, as far as taking care of missions, though, FF11 Encyclopedia is where you need to go. I'm always going to be on weeknights, 9 to midnight as well, not including holidays. So if you ever get stuck on anything, you know, just show up here and ask me, and I'll see if I can remember. I don't have any characters on my controller stopped working all of a sudden. On Asura, I've got friends on Odin, which is a pretty good population server as well, and I'm thinking of starting up a character on there, maybe another Dentrel, and running with Nikki and her crew one last time. But here's the thing: as soon as I start endgame, I know that's all I'm going to do. That's what happened in WoW. That's what happened in FF11. And unfortunately, the thing about endgame is you can get burnt out so quick. I can get burnt out so quick. What's up, Miss Kitty? Oh, Miss Kitty's hungry. And we did go past our time. I should be calling into bed because I got to work tomorrow. Yeah. So there's that. It's a good game. It's old, and you have to take that into account. For its age, I think it looks really good. Of course, I say that right now, and we're in a dark tunnel, and you can't see everybody very well. But sure, its heyday is over. But it's still here, and they're still having fun. Good night, Big Tom. I'm gonna be on tomorrow night. We still need to cap our club skill. We still need to cap a lot of skills. I need to find a better weapon. Ooh. Ooh. No. I was thinking maybe I could afford a Kraken Club, because that sometimes attacks up to 8 times. And that would be fun, but I don't think I've got the funds for it at the moment. I think it sells for like 20 million. But I would think with a Kraken Club, you would get your club skill capped rather quickly, especially if you attack 8 times around. But yeah, I'm not going to run all the way to Juno. I'm not going to let y'all watch me run all the way to Juno, because that's boring. And I got a warp ring, so maybe I should be doing that. But tomorrow night, more skill capping, hopefully some more Dynamis coins, and get us a little bit closer to our relic shield. And of course, it's also going to be Christmas time. Maybe we'll switch to Dentrel and we'll do Christmas one more time. Maybe get him in a Santa outfit, or do it on a tarutaru. That could be fun too. I'll have to think about it. All right, y'all, have fun. I'm not going to say stay safe, because you can't do both. So have fun and don't get caught, or stay safe and I don't know, level paladin. Have a great night. I'll catch